Alright guys, so here's another MegaCon comic review, and today we're going to be talking about Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. This was written by Tim Seeley with artwork by Freddie Williams III. Anyway, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So this is sorry, I went silent there for a second. My brain just went grr. Like I just had a brain fart. So let's get into this review with just talking about what's positive and what's negative. So this comic, I think I like a little less. There are some good here. I didn't totally hate it. It's not the worst crossover I've read. But, you know, when you put the Injustice universe against Masters of the Universe, like, you literally have the Injustice characters and that whole storyline, which in of itself is fascinating. And it was such an interesting pick because this isn't the first time He-Man and Superman have fought. The first time was way back when He-Man met Superman, pre-Crisis Superman even, in DC Comics Presents, and then they appeared again in DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe, which was the New 52 era of the DC characters encountering He-Man and the other heroes. So this is like the third time Superman and He-Man have clashed. So, yeah, let's talk about this comic. Let's talk about this. So, where does this fall in continuity with Injustice? This is the end of the bad ending of Injustice. Yeah, Tim Seeley went the whole evil ending for Injustice. And this is also a sequel to He-Man Thundercats. And funny enough, as I've talked about before, there was supposed to be a He-Man Ninja Turtles crossover that didn't happen. That was supposed to be not only a sequel to this and the Thundercats crossover, but also be a sequel to the Batman Ninja Turtle crossovers as well. So, because they do leave off stuff I'll just spoil this right now. There is stuff that happens at the end of this comic that makes you go, you clearly wanted to do more in another crossover. And for all we know, maybe they'll do something. For all we fucking know, DC is already, like, looking at another, like, in DC property. And because, yeah, DC actually has a lot of licenses to other comics outside. So I would not be shocked if, like, if Freddie Williams III and some other writer gets together and does Ruby Ruby with Masters of the Universe. I guarantee you that might be on the table. But then again, if I remember right, the Masters of the Universe title has gone to Dark Horse. Now that I remember, I was like, oh yeah, but they still have Thundercats. They still have Thundercats. So maybe we'll get Ruby Thundercats. I know Jason would probably have a heart attack. Anyway, so this crossover basically has what was left of the Resistance going to find He-Man and being like, look, dude, it's bad. Like, Supergirl got sent to the Phantom Zone. Superman's using Brainiac tech to, like, control people. It's scary. We need your help. And He-Man and Teela and Orko go to Earth to combat Superman and the regime. Which, yeah, the regime now has an extra ally. That ally being Skeletor, who was cast off in the multiverse after being separated from Mum-Ra in the Thundercats crossover. It's also interesting to note that this comic actually plays on the whole thing of He-Man being half human. Yeah, for those who don't know, He-Man actually, his mother, Marlena, is from Earth. She was an astronaut who got sucked into a cosmic vortex, and spat out on Eternia. Yeah, Eternia is a totally different... Yeah, so they're not really humans. Eternians aren't really humans. So He-Man is he's a human Eternian hybrid. A lot of people forget that. Like, even I forgot that. Like, oh yeah, his mom's human. She's an astronaut. She was a scientist. And they actually bring that up, and it's like, he wants to help protect a planet that he doesn't know anything about Earth. He's like, well, I'm half human, you know, the Earth was my mom's home, you know, who am I to say no to helping that planet? And I really like that. I really do like, that is, like, He-Man's whole thing. And yeah, this comic does have its share of violence, but He-Man is, like, the shining light here. Also, Superman is has gone full dictator. Emphasis on dick. And Yeah, it's scary. Also, you know, can we just call the Injustice Diana Cersei Lannister? Can we just call her that? Can we just call Injustice that version of Wonder Woman in here? Like, I don't hate Wonder Woman, but I hate Injustice Wonder Woman. Yeah, I love Diana, and yeah, but they really make you hate Diana and Superman in the Injustice universe. Also, is it just me, or is it just me, or does anyone else? Did anyone else want Tom Taylor to write this crossover? I say that because Injustice was a lot of the world building for the Injustice comics and the Injustice universe for the video games was done by Tom Taylor. Even though, yes, he didn't write the script for the game, that was Jimmy Palmiotti, but Tom Taylor did a lot of the world building for the comics in between 1 and 2, and the prequel comics that led to the first Injustice game. So I kind of feel like, while I like Tim Seeley, I really do like Tim Seeley as a writer, I do feel like this could have had a little help from Tom Taylor. Because, yeah, Injustice is really... The Injustice comics are really his baby. So, yeah, I feel like I feel like this would have been a little more streamlined than with Taylor. Now, it's also, because I say streamlined, because this comic, while it's 6 issues, it does literally too much in 6 issues. And that's, like, I always have this problem with crossovers, like, either they're too short, or they're too long, in some cases. Like, they either don't... Like, some crossovers, like modern crossovers these days in comics, just can't find a sweet spot to be, like, the perfect length. I think the only ones that I've found were the Terminator and Transformer crossover and the MLP Transformers crossover, and also the Ninja Turtles Power Rangers crossover. Those 3 so far have been ones where I'm like, man, this was actually really, like, it works. Like, the pacing works. Here, for 6 issues... because here's the thing. While we have the He-Man and the Resistance fighting the regime, you have Darkseid invading Eternia, trying to take Castle Grayskull, which is literally, and also trying to unlock the multiverse and use the anti-life equation at the same time. I'm like, you're doing too much, man! And also you have Skeletor with his schemes, and literally, the comic just, the whole conflict between Superman and He-Man... I'm gonna have to spoil this because I really have to talk about this. I really just have to talk about this because it's literally like, that's how we're ending this fight between Superman, this conflict between Superman and He-Man. That's what we're doing. It's literally, Superman is got Adam dead to rights. Like, he has gotten into the power of Castle Grayskull and is now, like, unlocking its power and also using the anti-life equation to rewrite history and basically be like, I'm going to be bigger than Darkseid or the Anti-Monitor or whatever, haha. Injustice Superman is awful and I hate it. I love the games, but as a Superman fan, you really hate Injustice Superman. Anyway, so He-Man is, like, dead to rights, and then out of fucking nowhere, Shazam, the wizard Shazam shows up and gives Adam the power of Shazam. Because now he's lost the power of He-Man, he's like, here, take the power of Shazam, and then he just hits him once, and Superman's down. Like, that's how we're ending the comic? And yeah, there is, like, an ending, but that's one of the most anticlimactic things. Out of nowhere, like, it's Shazam Ex Machina. It's literally Shazam Ex Machina, and I don't know how to feel about that. It was literally, like, the comic was, like, I feel like Tim Seeley wrote himself into a corner and was like, oh shit, Superman literally has can literally win here. He's already, like... We've already had him win. We're already doing the bad ending in Injustice 2, and He-Man's gonna lose. Oh shit, what do we do? I know! Let me, Wizard Shazam gives him powers. Yeah, that's literally what it feels like. Also, why is Cyborg with the Resistance now? and Damian, because Damian takes on Batman's identity after Bruce gets mind controlled, like at the end of the bad ending in Injustice 2. But literally, why is Cyborg here? Because Cyborg was all for the regime, and even helped get the Brainiac tech to other characters. So why is he on the Resistance side now? They breeze over it and then give hardly an explanation. Thankfully, you know, it is cool to see, like, other characters here, like Swamp Thing, Harley, Zatanna, like, all the DLC characters. I know Harley wasn't a DLC character, and Swamp Thing either, but, like, Jason, Starfire, Zatanna, I think, they reference Martian Manhunter. But yeah, literally it's literally all the fucking DLC characters get to be part of the Resistance, and Swamp Thing for some reason. So you're literally doing too much in 6 issues, and that's an accomplishment that I didn't even think possible. I don't know what kind of accomplishment, but it's an accomplishment in something. So, there is a lot of good in here, like He-Man talking a woman out of committing suicide. It's very reminiscent of All-Star Superman. And there's really great moments in here, like when Adam, who's been missing for 3 months due to a spell by Faker, the evil version of He-Man, the evil robot version, and he comes home and, like, people are happy about Faker being a dictator, and He-Man's like, I don't get it. People should not, like, that's not how people should work. And his mother goes, that's the loud minority. Everyone else is cheering in the streets that he's gone. Kind of relevant, considering what year this was made. Anyway, so, yeah, it's not bad. I got this at a discount price with 2 other books. But if you can find it discounted, and if you really enjoy He-Man as well as the Injustice universe, I would say find this at discount price if you really want to read it. That's my advice. All in all, it's not the best it's not the best crossover, but as always, the one thing that is another major saving grace is the other major saving grace of these comics is Freddie William II's artwork. Yeah. That's always something that's a plus. That is literally always a plus with this. Yeah. So, anyway. So if you've read this crossover, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.